Hey, it's Kev from Blender Binge. In this video, we're going to model a pencil. Ready? Let's go. Now, why a pencil? I mean, seriously, we could model anything. Like, we can model a character. We can model, like, a whole game level. We could probably model a spaceship. Yeah, spaceship. Why would we do a pencil? It's boring. Well, in keeping with the beginner phase of my channel here, I want to start off simple, okay? And a lot of the questions I get are kind of, how can I take this stuff that I'm learning? I'm kind of a beginner and I want to start building things. Well, I find that simple objects are often the best place to start. The reason being that if you learn the basics and you learn how to do simple stuff, it translates into doing the more complex stuff. And it's magic how that happens. Your brain starts wiring itself for doing this type of work, and you will start being able to do vastly more things at an almost exponential rate. Okay, and again, some people are faster, other people are slower. It doesn't matter. Like, if you keep practicing, you will get there. So we start with a pencil because it's something that pretty much everybody has, or at least everybody's seen, and it's a relatively simple shape. So what is a pencil? It's basically just a cylinder. It's a stick of wood, a cylinder, with a cylinder of graphite in the middle, and you carve the end to reveal the graphite, and then you can use it to write with. So it's basically a cylinder. So the first thing I do when I start modeling anything is I look at the shape. Okay, what is it? What's it made of? Is it a square? Is it a cube? Is it a rectangle? Is it a cone? Is it a sphere? Is it a donut? Like, what is it? And then once I figure out what the shape is, I look inside my software and I see if the software gives me anything to start with for free. And it just so happens that when we go over here to create, we have a lot of basic primitives, okay, primitive shapes. So in my case, for the pencil, I can start with a cylinder. I'm going to keep this pencil round for this tutorial, okay? There are those round pencils. They have, the perfectly round. I could do one of those ones that's octagon shaped, but that's a little more advanced. So I'm going to start with a round pencil, and we're just going to make a basic pencil, and then you're going to be able to do it on your own, and you're going to look at it and you're going to go, oh my god, this is so awesome. I'm so happy because now I can use Blender to do a pencil. And then you can figure out from there, you could do a marker, you can do a glass, you can do all sorts of stuff. We're starting here. So, pencil is a cylinder, and it's not a short, squat cylinder like this until you've really ground it down and chopped the head off and all sorts of. It's not that. So, let's go over to radius and change that to 0.2. Okay, and then we can go to depth and change that to 6. There. Now we have a pencil. Well, almost. We have an unsharpened pencil. And it doesn't have a color or an eraser or anything cool, but we have a shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave everything else as is, and I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees this way so it lays flat. So I'm going to go over here to this plus, and I'm going to say rotate on the X. Okay, we want to rotate around the X. You'll start seeing this the more you do it. And I'm going to go and type in 90. Boom. Now it's flat. Don't worry about the number. Okay, if you were scrubbing this thing, you would see that it ends at 90 when it's flat anyway. So you'll just start seeing that. Right. And I'll go in. And I will rotate to the front. And now we're going to create the sharpened part. So to do that, we use extrude. And we get to extrude by changing this to edit mode. So to get into edit mode, we do one of two things. We go to object mode, and we can change to edit mode here. That's the long way. Or we can just hit tab on the keyboard. That's the short way. I like the short way because I don't like to waste too much time, like I'm doing right now by hitting tab. So anyway, what we do now is we want to select this face. To do that, we hold Control on the keyboard, and we press the Tab key. And then we say, Face. I want face. Okay, we could also go to these buttons here and just choose face from here, but like I said, I like shortcuts. So we're going to right-click and select that face. And then I'm going to go to Tools and Extrude Individual. If you don't see Tools and Extrude Individual, that means you're probably not in edit mode, so you want to get in edit mode. So I'm going to say Extrude Individual, and I'm going to pull this guy out, and then I'm going to scale him down to make him sharp like the point of a pencil. And you'll see that at some point you go too far and it inverts. Okay, don't do that. Just keep your mouse here, and it gets very sensitive the closer you get, so you kind of have to move around to feel it. But the more you do it, the more you'll start getting it. So here, if I hit A, I now have the shape of a pencil. So, but it doesn't really look like a pencil, it just looks like a shape. Well, here we can begin to make it look like a pencil. So we can give it color, and we can add a little division here to show where the tip is. So to do that, I'm going to hit Control R, or I can just go down here to Loop, Cut, and Slide. Okay, Control R. If you look where my mouse is hovering, you see a shortcut Control R. That's Loop, Cut, and Slide. So Control R, and I go over here, and I click with the left mouse button once. It turns orange. I move it down to about where I want it, and I hit left mouse button one more time. Boom. Or I could hit Enter. Boom. So now I have the pencil part, I have the wood part, and I'm going to have where the graphite comes out right here. And we're going to do that now. So I'm going to hit A, and then I'm going to hit Control Tab, go back to Faces, okay, so it highlights the faces. And Blender by default lets you only select faces that are showing. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. This little button right here is always on. Okay, it says limit selection to visible. Some people work that way. I personally don't like it all that much, especially when I'm modeling and just getting the basic shape of something out. So I tend to turn that off. Okay, you'll hear other people say, you know, you should leave that on all the time, because if you don't, I don't know, a troll's gonna come to your house and cast a spell on you. But I don't want. Okay, for me, I like this off for now. Okay, so then I'm gonna hit C on the keyboard to go into selection mode here, and I'm just going to select all of these pieces here. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a color. So I go over to Materials over here. All right, I'm going to hit C. I'm going to hit, actually, you know what, I'm going to hit Enter over here just to turn that off, because if that's on, if that C, that selection is on, you can't like do anything else in this program. It's like it doesn't know that, oh, I'm not on here anymore, I'm over here and I want to click on something. No, it still like thinks that you're selecting stuff. So turn it off by hitting Enter. Go here and I'm going to hit New. Okay. And this material, I can double click inside here, and I can call this wood. Okay, W-O-O-D, wood. I have caps lock on, so I'm going to turn that off, wood. Hit Enter, and now that's your wood. And you can give it the color of wood if you want, something like, you know, beige. All right. Yeah, I'll just do this so you can actually see it. There, okay? So that's good. That's beige now, and if you don't see it yet, don't worry, it'll show up in a minute. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to select these faces. So I'm going to hit C. I'm going to select. Actually, I'm going to hit A. Okay. Hit Enter. Hit A. Then hit C, and you're going to select all of these. And I'm going to call this. Okay, remember, turn off C, because see what's happening? I can't select anything. So hit Enter, turn that off, then you can go here. And with that selected, I'm going to go and I'm going to hit this little plus icon, add new material. Okay, it gives me a new material. I hit New, turns to Material. I'll leave that as is for now. And I'll make this yellow. Right? Pencil will be yellow. Right, that's good. And then here I can call this paint. Okay, because it's the painted part of the pencil. And for the graphite, okay, I'm going to hit A. Then I'm going to hit C. And I'm going to go and select this area right here. And I'm going to, same thing, I'm going to, again, hit enter to turn off C, because if not, you did what I just did and moved it over here and you can't get at anything. Make sure that C is off, okay? Go here, hit plus, and hit new. And we're going to give this the color of graphite. I don't know, we'll just make it kind of like dark gray for now. Alright? And I'm just going to call this graphite. Okay? And then you can hit tab, and you see nothing. Nothing. That's because we need to change the display method here. Okay, the display mode. So if we click on this little display icon and we go up to material, we now see nothing again. Ah. Why? Why don't we see anything? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when we created these, okay, and this is a common mistake that people make and they get frustrated, and I've gotten this question a number of times. The reason that we don't see anything is we did not assign these. Okay, we did not assign these shaders to this pencil. So right now everything has wood. So to do that, we go back into, we hit tab, okay, we have graphite selected, so we can select graphite, and then we hit assign. Boom. That changed it. Okay, if I hit tab now to get out of that, you see that that has this color. Okay? And being that this already has wood, I'm just going to change this area to paint. Same way. Hit tab, hit A on the keyboard to deselect that. I'm going to hit C. I'm going to select this. I'm going to go to paint. Of course, again, remember, this is going to frustrate you. Hit enter. Okay, drop that tool. Drop that C tool. Okay, C is on. You can't do anything over here. So hit enter. Go to paint. Hit assign. Boom. Hit tab. We now have something that looks like a pencil. Now, of course, you can go in here, and this is usually never perfectly even. Okay, so you can go ahead in here if you want. Okay, and we can hit tab, and I can hit control tab for vertice, and I can take some of these, okay, some of these vertices, and I can slide them back, okay, and kind of mess this up a little bit if I want. Alright, and give it more kind of a normal, you know, natural, sharpened look, okay, because it's usually never perfect. I mean, seriously, like, you had that one person in school that's like, everything has to be perfect, and like, I can do this perfectly, but like most people aren't. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to worry about that. All right. And of course, you know, I have nothing but love for the people who want everything to be perfect. That's fine. I dig that. I'm a perfectionist when I'm, you know, get paid to do this, but for now I'm not. So I hit tab. You see, now we have something that really looks like a pencil. And back here, we still have this wood. So if we really wanted to, I can go back into tab. Okay, I can hit control tab for face. I can select this guy. And I can do extrude individual. Okay. A little bit here. And I can scale this guy down a little bit. Alright, bring that in. And then with this still selected, I can just go back here to graphite and hit assign. Okay, and now I have that graphite edge. And then sometimes this is painted, most of the time this is not. So I can go ahead, hit A, oops, hit enter, hit A, deselect that. I can select these guys here if I want. Alright. And I'm pretty sure I didn't select anything else because all those selection points are over here, so I'm pretty sure I just got this area. Okay, hit enter, go to wood, hit assign, hit tab, and now we have that. Alright, so there's our pencil. And if I drag this guy up a little bit, right? If I hit render now, okay, I just go over here to render. All right. It's not where the camera is, so again, you'd want to select the camera, but you can see we made something that looks pretty much like a pencil. Okay, you could spend, a few more hours on this making it perfect, but that's kind of how I go in and start, modeling. So if I want to get a nice shot on this thing, I can select my camera. I can go hit 0 on the keyboard. There's my pencil. Make sure I hit lock to camera or lock camera to view. Okay, and all this stuff is in the previous videos that I've done. So if you have any questions about this stuff, they're all in the different videos. I highly recommend watching some of those or all of them. That'll help. If not, you can watch this video a few times and just write down everything I'm doing and then try to do it yourself, which is fine. And then, so here, I'm locked to view. I can scroll around. Okay, zoom in. Okay, hold down shift. Get a kind of nice shot of my pencil. All right. And then I can take lock camera off, and then I can go back and spin around, and I can throw some lights in my scene if I want. So right now I have this lamp. I don't like this lamp, so I usually just go in and delete this lamp. I don't like it. And then I'll create, I don't know, I could just quickly create a nice area light. Alright, pull this guy over. Let's see, area light size, I'll bring up, maybe push him over a little bit. Okay, tools, I'll rotate. Alright, kind of, actually not, I don't like using tools rotate. I'll rotate him over here. Click and drag. And a cool thing that I never showed you guys yet is that you can go here to rendered view, and that'll quickly give you a quick rendered view of what your scene is going to look like. Okay, one thing I don't like about Blender yet, and I haven't, maybe I just haven't found, the right way to do this yet. And believe me, if I do, you'll be the first to know on this channel. Is I can't get in here and find my light. Okay, I can rotate around. Okay, I can rotate everywhere, but all I see is what's rendered. I don't see like the lights. So maybe there's a way that I can still get access to things here, but right now I don't. So be it. Okay, so that's a rendered view, but I'm just going to keep it at material for now, and maybe I'll add another light. Okay, so I'll do a nice kind of 3-point lighting here. So I'll take my area light here, and I'll hit Control C, Control V to paste. Okay, move this guy over, rotate him. Oops, sorry. This guy, select that guy, rotate him that way. Okay, and I can go back to my camera view by selecting camera and hitting 0. And from here I could do this rendered view. And you see here I get some decent lighting. Now I'm also getting the background too. So I'm going to take that down. So I'm going to go over to World. And again, this is another, I went over this too in a previous video, but you go to World. And I can make color and just turn that all the way down. So all I'm getting is the light from the scene. And that's pretty much it. Okay, I modeled a pencil. Okay. And if I want to make it, even better looking, I could throw a floor underneath. So maybe I'll do that now. Why not? You're watching, right? Probably want to make this as nice looking as you can. So I'll go back to solid or material. Material's good. And I'll add a little floor under here. So I'll create a grid, plane. Oops, see? Good lesson for you. My cursor is up here, so it creates it up here. Don't want that, right? So to change the cursor back to 0, we go Object, Snap, Cursor to Center. Now, cursor's there. I hit plane, boom, it goes right under my pencil. Right, so I could scale that up. Right. And I have my area lights going. And I'll just go here, hit 0. And now if I render this guy, Okay, you see I get nice shadows, I get kind of a little reflection here. And I can also go in here and I can turn on, let's see here. I'll select my pencil. Okay, select my pencil, and I'll change under materials. I'm not going to worry too much down here about this, but I'll go to paint and I'll change it from diffuse to, I'll say principled. Nah, if I do, you know what, yeah, I'll do principled. Okay, and then base color, I'll make it yellow again, or that orange color that we all had in school. And specular is up. So now it'll be a little more reflective. So if I hit render, alright, so now it's more like paint. You can see if I go closer here, you can see that it's picking up some of the floor, and it just looks a little nicer. Okay, you could do the same thing with the graphite. Graphite here, I can change to principled, and of course that's, now I have a white colored pencil, so just go down. It's a gray color, so I don't want it perfectly black, I just still want to see it. And now you're getting some highlights from the area light. Okay, and it's looking a little nicer. So you can really just keep going with this as far as you want, but you've basically gone ahead, and I lock camera to view here. I can turn around my pencil and you can see, okay, that we have made a pencil. You look at the back, you see that shiny kind of wood, okay, it's reflecting my area lights. Alright, so we've gone and built something. Okay, we've taken everything that, all those videos that I've created, and gone in and actually built something simple like a pencil. So I would definitely recommend you try doing this. Okay, follow this video, watch it a few times, take notes, and go in and start building. And you'll notice that when you start doing this, you'll start seeing things in reality and wondering how you're going to make them in 3D. And then you start doing it, and then you gain confidence. And confidence is everything. Once you get confident, you'll start building amazing stuff. So go ahead and see what you can do. Okay? And if you like this video and you got something out of it, awesome. Okay? Show me in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe, tell other people, whatever. Okay? But just go and do it. And gain that confidence and feel good about it. And I guarantee you will get somewhere with this. Okay? Of course, I can't like legally guarantee that, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna get somewhere with it. Okay, if you're watching this video, you obviously want to learn this, so just go and do it. Okay, so with that, let's close this video out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.